Hey guys, Supertecnoboff here, and I'm here with a kind of an extension to one of my previous videos, which was an iPhone and Palm Pre comparison. I won't be going too in depth with both devices today. I'm just going to be talking about the tech specs, and talking about some of the general things it can do with the phones, and showing you my opinion of why I think personally the Apple iPhone is much better than the Palm Pre. I may seem a little bit biased in what I say because I'm a huge Apple fan myself, but I'm trying to make this as fair as I can for the Palm Pre too. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with tech specs. Okay, so they both have full 3G support. Good for internet, for calling, for whatever text messaging, whatever you want to do. They both, well, the iPhone beats in memory in this case. It's got 16 and 32 GB models. You only get an 8 GB on the Palm Pre. However, I did hear that the Palm Pre could support an extendable, small memory card which you can slot in the back, but I'm not too sure about that. They both have a good CPU power, so pretty fast devices. Both run really smoothly. I tested out many apps yesterday on the Palm Pre and iPhone, and they both run fairly well. Now the iPhone has voice control, where I didn't notice any kind of voice control in the Palm Pre when I was testing out yesterday. Although the voice control on the iPhone is a bit limited, having said that, at the moment anyway. To start with, there's really only kind of two types of things you can do on the iPhone with voice control, and that's using the phone app and the iPod app. That's really it. Okay, so from that point of view, the voice control on the iPhone may seem a little bit limited. Having said this, though, comparing to other voice control on other phones which already have it, it's much better. Okay, the iPhone does a brilliant job of the voice control. It's got a really nice UI. It's really easy to use, and most time it understands everything I said. So it's a great voice control on the iPhone, and it's fairly easy to use. I mean, the commands come on the screen as you want to think of a command to say. That's it. It's really easy. So Apple done a pretty good job of the voice control. Now, whether that would be extended in the iPhone OS 4.0, I'm not sure. I'm sure they might add something to it, at least for the iPhone 3GS and the next iPhone, whatever that would be. Okay, now they both got full support for Wi-Fi 802.11bg. So you got the biggest, strongest connection with your Wi-Fi. They don't have support for 802.11n, which is even stronger, even more range, faster signal. But they got support for most Wi-Fi's which got BNG anyway, so that's fine. They've got support for the latest Bluetooth 2.1 plus EDR. So you've got the most signal, so you can you got the most range for your Bluetooth, the fastest Bluetooth signal. So, for example, if you're on an app on the iPhone or you're sending a file on the Palm, this is much quicker with Bluetooth 2.1. Now, Bluetooth. This is one more thing I'm going to mention about Bluetooth, is that on the iPhone, the Bluetooth is a little bit limited, okay? And there are only a few things you can do. First of all, internet tethering, so you can tether your internet from your iPhone to your laptop or to your desktop, whether or not it's a Mac or a PC. So that's pretty good, as long as you're in a 3G connection. I mean, if you're using an Edge connection, sometimes it can be a bit pointless because it's too slow. But if you're on a pretty good 3G connection, then you should have no problem there. Next of all, there's only really two other things you can do with the Bluetooth on the iPhone, and that is that gaming. So you can have a game with multiplayer with someone else who's got an iPhone or iPod Touch. I played a game a few days ago called Flight Control for one of my friends using Bluetooth on the iPhone. It was really good, ran smoothly, pretty quick to set up as well, so no trouble there. And lastly, with the iPhone, you can send files to Bluetooth, but as far as I've seen, you can only really send photos or contacts, or maybe you can even send your location or Facebook status updates, things like that. Okay, and that's using specified apps which you have to first download from the App Store. Okay, which is a little bit limited because that means the iPhone, it can't really connect to other phones and send files like music or videos or whatever yet. And it's not that Apple can add it, it's just that they haven't at the moment. Now, whether or not that's a feature to come in iPhone OS 4.0 or later is, debatable. Personally, I think they should bring it out. It would be quite useful. I'm sure many people would use it. I would personally use it a lot, and that would be good. Now, Bluetooth for the Palm, I did check it out, and it did say, you could pair up with other devices. I saw, with a Bluetooth headset, just like you can on the iPhone, and even pair up to laptops or other phones as well, which is good. If you want to send a file or something, I'm pretty sure you could do that on the Palm. However, having said this, once again, this isn't a full in-depth review, just to let you know, because obviously I haven't managed to test everything out so far. So this is kind of a kind of basic review about some of the basic features on both devices. Okay, compass and GPS. Okay, the Palm only has GPS. The iPhone has a compass and a GPS. Why on earth is it better on the iPhone? Well, I mean, compass, you can find which direction you're actually facing, which you can't do that on the Palm. On the Palm, you can locate yourself just like you can on the iPhone, but you can't see the direction in which you're facing, so you don't know if you're facing north, west, south, wherever, okay? And you can do that on the iPhone. And obviously, with the iPhone, you can also find your coordinates of wherever you are around the world, as long as you got, well, in fact, no. The iPhone compass does work without a signal. That's a good thing about the compass. So you can find your coordinates around the world, as long as you got your iPhone on the compass app, which is really nice. It's a nice little feature to use, and it works really well with maps. Now, compass isn't just used for maps as well. Compass has been used in some apps. Apps like, for example, let's see, what's an example of a good app? Some automated apps. Let's see, which app was that? Let's check on my iPhone right now. Sorry, just forgotten the app. Oh yeah, Around Me. That was it. Yeah, Around Me is an app which uses the video from your iPhone's camera and the compass in which it uses to find out which, whether you're pointing your iPhone at north, south, west, or east. Okay, and what Around Me does is Around Me. You can tell it to find the latest in the nearest cafe around you, or the nearest Apple store, or the nearest cinema, or whatever. And then, according to where you point your iPhone, the iPhone uses a built-in compass to find out the direction which you're pointing your iPhone camera at, and then show you in that direction using the video and overlaying the video with little kind of badges which say how far it is to that cafe and what the name of the cafe is and how you can get there. So that's pretty nice, and that's another way in which the compass in iPhone has been used for third-party development via the App Store. Okay, so that's it's just showing once again that Apple doesn't just make some features and put it there and mainly use it for itself. Most of these have APIs in the business edition of the Apple SDK for iPhone developers to use, which I haven't really seen on the Palm Pre, to be honest, and it doesn't have a compass. So once again, the Palm Pre lagging behind. Okay, camera. Whoa. Both devices have outstanding cameras, okay? For a 3 megapixel camera, both devices have really good quality cameras, I've been testing out both devices, taking some pretty nice pictures, okay? However, once again, the Palm falls behind. It may have flash, so for night vision, for taking photos in the night, it might take better photos on the iPhone. In fact, it probably does because of its flash, okay? However, it doesn't have support for video like the 3GS does. It doesn't have support for tap to focus, so on the 3GS, when you tap something on the screen, regardless of if you're taking a photo or taking a video, you can zoom into that exact location, take the best quality of the photo or the video in that exact location where you tapped on the screen. You can't do that on the Palm, okay? The only thing you can do on the Palm is take a photo, okay? Now, having said that, the camera on the Palm is a really nice quality camera, okay? I tested it out, it looked great, really nice photos on it. But, obviously, once again, no video, no support for tap to focus, nothing like that, just a photo. So, you could argue maybe the Palm Pre is more of a kind of an iPhone 3G than the 3GS competitor, so, and then that moves on in terms of quality to screen resolution. Now, obviously, when you take a photo or a video, you want a nice screen to view on. Or if you've got media on your device or watching a YouTube video, you want a nice screen to view on. So both support 480 by 320 resolution screens, and they're both really high quality screens.